Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you for coming to our session and thank you very much to the Digital Thinker team for organizing this session. This is great. We are very excited to be here and we just want to thank all our customers, partners and of course HxGN for this incredible opportunity to talk about who we are as a company, what we do and the future that we envision. So thank you very much. Today there's Andrea and Giuseppe with me here on the stage, and there's also Gianluca sitting there representing the CAD service team. Is it working? So first of all, we'll talk a little bit about our agenda. So first, we'll talk about who we are as a company and what we do, why asset visualization is key for reliability. And then we'll touch upon what we offer, our solutions. Later, we'll talk about the future steps that we want to take to expand the use of our visualization technologies to other HxGN solutions. Then we'll talk about how we can best support you. And finally, we'll wrap up with some Q&A. So first of all, who are we? So who's CAD Service? CAD Service is a valued HxGN technology partner that focuses on designing, developing, and delivering software solutions that are part of HxGN EAM. Our journey to HxGN began more than 10 years ago with DataStream, and then Infor, and finally HxGN. So we started with 2D technologies, which later evolved into 3D technologies, and now we are very excited to work on other additional solutions that draw on different components that belong to the HxGN family. And we are very excited. This is just our past, but we are very excited about what the future brings and the opportunities that lie ahead. And in this regard, we will be launching the OpenCAD Reality Viewer, our new module that will become GA in May 2024. So look what happened here. Last year in Vegas, we had an amazing time there, and we were honored to receive the 2023 Outstanding Partner of the Year award by HxGN LI. This is an incredible milestone in our journey that's a testament to the strength of our collaboration with HxGN. And we are excited about the opportunities that this recognition opens up for us. So why are we here? Why are we here to talk about reliability and asset visualization? Because asset visualization helps and it's critical to ensure a reliable and sustainable operation. And first, to talk about that, we want to introduce what does reliability mean to us. This is by no means exhaustive or academic. We have experts you have heard from throughout this conference, such as George and Joel talking about reliability, but this is just our humble attempt to answer why asset visualization can help with reliability. So first, transparency. Why transparency? Because a lack of transparency can actually hinder or obscure asset-related issues or inefficiencies that could otherwise be addressed and can affect the reliability of operations. Then risk prevention. Risk prevention is also critical to ensure the continuity of operations and also the integrity of assets and their safety. Optimized planning. A better planning of asset usage, resource allocation and maintenance schedules can actually improve the reliability of operations. Preventative predictive maintenance. You've heard from George and Joel talking about this a lot. So preventative maintenance is key. Proactive maintenance is key to ensure operational reliability as hazards and accidents can be detected and monitored early. So risks can be addressed proactively through the use with predictive maintenance of algorithms and AI, so you can have a more reliable operation. Resiliency. Why is resiliency key? Because no organization operates in a vacuum. All organizations live and operate in a contextual environment that changes. And in order to be able to thrive and to survive, organizations need to be able to evolve with it. And visualization technologies empower stakeholders in organizations to monitor and address changes in the environment. So investing in system resiliency can optimize the operational reliability of an organization. Finally, compliance. I'll talk about this later on as well, but visualization technologies can facilitate compliance with legal and regulatory standards, build trust with stakeholders, and ensure the continuity of operations, which can improve operational reliability. So to sum up, this can be considered our statement about reliability. So incorporating equipment visualization into HxGN EAM not only enhances efficiency, but also reduces operational risks and contributes to a more sustainable and reliable operation. So why asset visualization improves reliability? First of all, enhanced insight, because visualization technologies represent a powerful tool that allows stakeholders to gain a more deeper and comprehensive understanding of asset locations, correlations, and configurations, and also to make better decisions about replacement, maintenance, and other critical asset decisions. Predictive maintenance. Visualization technologies can be integrated with predictive maintenance modules, which help to detect deviations from normal functioning, thereby improving operational reliability. Regulatory compliance. As I said before, visualization technologies can help with organizations maintain legal and regulatory compliance, build trust with their customers, employees, suppliers, the community they operate in, and they support better and more strategic decisions. Risk mitigation. Risk mitigation, as I said, is critical. Visualization technologies allow users to detect, monitor, identify risks, and address them properly, for example, through maintenance work, so that reliability can be ensured. Visually driven decision making. We've been hearing a lot from Joel and George talking about how data-driven decision making is the future to ensure a reliable and sustainable operation. So compliance, so visually driven decision making is key, and it's empowered by visualization technologies as they provide information about asset conditions, maintenance schedules, leading to more strategic and reliable choices. Finally, effective planning. As I said before, a more reliable planning of asset usage, resource utilization can improve reliability, but also reduce downtime, improve the bottom line. So now I'll pass it on to Giuseppe to talk about OpenCAD.
All right, thanks, Chiara. Thanks, great introduction. So, considering my age, I was there back in 2009 when we initiated our journey with DataStream at the time, and then with Info, and then finally with Hexagon. So OpenCAD was the original idea, to bring, the drawings being part of an asset management system. So the idea is basically this: how we can see the interaction between our equipment and the visualization of it. We can easily see in this video the potential of getting an equipment visualized by using the dedicated tab of OpenCAD there. So the beauty is also that in addition to that, you have all the equipments that are in place, and you can run queries against all the EAM data. For example, in this example, we are seeing the condition and the criticality of our assets on top of the P&ID drawings, which is great. But think about seeing where the work is happening. So we can also start from a work order and activating the dedicated OpenCAD tab and to run queries against the work orders. For example, to see different work orders type. This morning we saw different other ideas to get the data, but not from a visualization standpoint. And then, without making changes on the drawing, every EAM user can make comments, can create a note saying, hey, this is something that you have to take care about. And the notes became an EAM document. Very easy, nice and easy. This is a report already associated with your piece of equipment. So for us, it's mandatory to make it simple and capable of adding value. A few years later, since the technology evolved, we were engaged for bringing the 3D world. Why? Because the mission was to bridge the gap between the design and construction and the operation and maintenance. So the beauty here is that, of course, we can see the entire facility that we can have in EAM as a building. So in this example, we are happy to see how we can also use the data, the BIM data, to see how a certain system operates. Like this. It's a dream that came true. It's always impossible to get the same level of understanding by visualizing linear tabular data. But also you can use the cutting edge technology for sectioning your model, and then you can see where it is perfectly located in a certain complex asset as we are used to manage. You can also use the top-down or the bottom-up technology to run the query. And here maybe you can be interested in understanding where a certain equipment is located. So you can type lamp, and maybe you have a bunch of them, so you can switch from one to another, right? You can group assets, and you can see where they are located. Why it is so important? Because maybe it can be isolated to identify potential issues, and then you can also create work orders on top of that. Okay, so the question is it better to use the 2D approach or the 3D approach instead? We think that the best way is to embrace this holistic approach instead. So not really deciding what is the best, but maybe we can combine both of them. So we created this one view screen which incorporates the 2D and 3D visualization, and they are working interactively. It means that you are selecting one piece of equipment in one of the 3D visualization. You will see the reaction of the 2D visualization. Yesterday in the workshop, we had the pleasure to show a real demo about that. It is absolutely stunning. But also, and this is also a very important moment for me to thank you all the EAM support team and the EAM development team in particular, because from the 12.1 we have both of the 2D and 3D visualization within the digital work. You can see here an example by selecting the same light that we were using before. You can go to the dedicated tab, which is available on the digital work, and that's it. And then you can see both of the 3D and 2D visualization in one single step.
This is supposed to be where you go, ooh, ah.
Ooh, ah. Thanks, Kevin. So that's really cool. It is really cool. And then you are, taking also suggestion for other presentation, you have everything at your fingerprints. Okay. Right, now, What happens now is something new. It's something that requires new ideas, new energy. And this is happening because we are now part of HxGN, and we are living in a community of smart people, and they are more than happy to collaborate with us. But also on our side, we need fresh energy and new potential. So Andrea is our Chief Innovation Officer. So she is, he is talented and young with Chiara. So this is not my product anymore. It's your product, so the stage is yours, Andrea.
Thank you, Giuseppe. So I'm very excited to be here today because this integration with HxGN and with Leica Geosystems enable us to create a new way to give value to your businesses. Before the HxGN products by Leica Geosystems, the real opportunity that you have to visually inspect equipments and to get information from your data and from your facility was to have a 3D models or a 2D floor plan of it. This is still great, but it was a huge gap if you didn't have something like that. With this amazing technology, what you can see now here is our RTC from Leica Geosystems. You can scan your facility, your plant, your industry, your factory in a matter of seconds per room. And this is a real game changer. This enables us to integrate this technology with HxGN EAM, creating the Reality Viewer Suite, which is integrated into HxGN EAM. So here is how it works. We start with the Leica Geosystems amazing devices, which are capable to capture reality. You can see we can mount these kind of scanners, as Joel announced also, both on tripods or on drones. You can take it in your hand, or you can mount it on automated dogs, and then perform these scannings automatically to get your data into EAM. So this is our value. You can save a lot of money because you are cheaper acquiring and scanning your facility. Saving money means saving costs also during operations. Because once you have digitalized your facility and you have a digital twin, you can perform visual inspections. You can understand how everything works thanks to the EAM insights. And you can change the way you operate thanks to the data you have. So I'm really proud here to show you how this works into EAM. What you see is a plan from one of our customers and partners, which is Calzedonia. You know Calzedonia, it is a worldwide brand. This is an industry plan. It was scanned in a matter of hours. Here you can see we can browse for some assets, like for example this fan coil, and in the grid of data you can browse for everything. You can create work orders in case something is wrong, or you can understand how it performs thanks to the KPIs. Furthermore, when you recognize something might not be working as expected, nothing easier. You can get more information. You can also, of course, create work orders. You can request some maintenance guy to take action and to perform an inspection. And then everything is inside, of course, EAM, which means you have no data loss, all data is synced automatically, and you can benefit from all the HxGN EAM functionalities. There is much more. Let's say we want to send a quick report to some guys out there in the field. With one touch, you can draw on the image, you can take additional notes and perform a report. And then send this completed report to the guys that need to be on the field. So there is much, much more to say. This was just a quick demo about what we were able to do with these devices, especially because thanks to this technology, we can capture reality as is now, which is amazing because since it is so fast, you can perform on some intervals the same scan of your facility to understand what is changed from time to time. Another use case that we have been exploring is to compare the true view information from the HxGN point cloud scans and the 3D or the 2D. So being able to compare the as-is versus the expected and being able then to spot non-conformities. This was just a very short picture of what we are currently doing. Thank you. Chiara, can you talk us about the future of MCAD?
My pleasure. Thank you, Andrea. Great presentation. So yeah, now we would like to talk about the future of OpenCAD, what lies ahead for us. So these are just some of the future steps that we are taking to expand the use of visualization technologies. First of all, our HxGN EAM Reality Viewer module will embrace Reality Cloud Studio technology powered by HxDR. Secondly, we are collaborating closely with LockLab and Immersal to deliver new innovative solutions. And we're also looking to incorporate BricsCAD technology into our solutions so that it will power them in the background. And finally, we want to harness the power of visualization to enhance the visual capabilities of other Hexagon solutions. So now we just want to talk about how we can best support you, our partner community. So why are we here today? Because we want to support you. We are committed to help you land business opportunities in the HxGN EAM sphere through different things. And that's because we want to rely on a network of qualified and skilled partners. And we want to transfer to you our knowledge about visualization technologies through our partner certification program. We also want to support you, so you can count on us for full support. There are resources available for you on the Hexagon website in terms of training materials, videos, and we're also very happy to organize meetings, have monthly alignment calls to answer any questions you might have. And finally, demos POCs. So we are very happy to use customer-specific and partner-specific data to show the value of HxGN EAM and our OpenCAD solutions to customers to see how they can help them reduce costs, improve efficiencies, and resolve their pain points. And we're also very happy to offer you our more than 30 years of expertise in visualization technologies and our relationship building skills. So we just want to take a few moments to thank you all, to our partner community for supporting us throughout the years. We could have not achieved what we have if it wasn't for you, so we are incredibly grateful. And we want to work with you and grow alongside us to achieve new heights, because together we are stronger. And your success is our success. So thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, thank you. I do have one question that was brought into this. So John Clapsaddle has asked, what is involved when you replace an asset?
What is involved in terms of the EAM process or from the geosystem? Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you. So what happens is that you don't have to recreate the entire scan for that facility, of course. You have just to go in the, in the place where you have changed something. And the operation behind the scanning, which applies on using some technologies for registering the data in the cloud, you have the ability to compare two different scans and to make, the changes. From an EAM standpoint, instead is magic, because when we have the geotag that sets, the QR code for the fire extinguisher, as we saw, or the air conditioning unit, the equipment is still in EAM. So we can see where it is located in two different places of the different scans. Or if you want to replace the asset, you have to follow the EAM procedure to do that, right? And then maybe we can associate the brand new equipment from EAM to an existing point of interest, as our colleague called the geotags. So because that's really important, and thanks for asking, we do not have just the way of creating assets from the, but also to associate them. Because one of the major pain points from our customer is, yes, we do have a lot of existing assets in our database, but what we do not have is the ability to see where they are. And we can't afford to create BIM models, because we don't have to renovate the buildings. Not now, not yet. So what is possible? And now it is possible with Leica, because we can associate an existing equipment by using the QR code with that perfect point of interest into the digital reality. That's it. So the campaign, the survey that takes hours, not days and not weeks, take hours. They have the QR code in their pockets, and they are attaching the QR code on the asset, and that's it. So it's really an amazing experience. It's a brand new thing, and for us, it means opening new doors for our EAM customers from a visualization standpoint. And maybe I have a question for you, Chiara. Yeah. When you were saying that we are an HxGN technology partner, what does it mean?
It means that our solutions are part of EAM, HxGN EAM solution. So it's completely embedded into them.
And from a customer's standpoint, what does it mean?
It means that it's basically, when they are buying HxGN EAM solutions, the OpenCAD isn't just a checkbox that they can check out.
Right.
So it's part of it. It's embedded in it.
So that's important, because yesterday we had some questions about, the idea of thinking that is something custom. No, it is not. It is part of EAM code. You have just to enable it. Of course, it depends on the offering. You have to go to your account, but it's part of the code. It's there. There is no custom things to do. Okay? And we, of course, are a technology partner of HxGN. We are working for HxGN, but the product and the support is coming from HxGN through us, but we are part of HxGN.
And we are incredibly grateful to HxGN for, allowing us to embed our solutions into theirs.
And last thing, since we have a few more moments, if you have example and you want to try, you want touch base, on this new technology, feel free to reach out to us, because we are doing POCs, on a regular basis with our customer, getting their 3D example or the Leica scanning. And then we can combine and to show how it works even before the product that will be available in May, which allows you to, to get into the details and to get acquainted and to getting familiar with that. So please feel free to reach out to us. All right?
Thank you. Any more questions?
Yes, we have one more. Danny Dunafin asked, is this available in EAM today?
The reality viewer?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the reality viewer is available. It will be available in May 2024 with the EAM 12.1.1 release.
Well, that's all the questions I had submitted. I'd be more than happy to open the floor up for anybody else that would like to ask any
All right.
questions.
George, do you have any, I mean, you can criticize a lot because
Complaints.
we were talking about reliability, but our, we wanted to have to give you our idea about the visualization related to the reliability.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's a beautiful and seamless tool. I think it allows for an organization to quickly understand interdependencies that today are not known, especially in heavy facility organizations.
Yeah.
Where they're unsure what an asset supports
Yes.
in terms of locations on the plant.
We
Yeah.
call this visual navigation of
Yeah.
your assets. And that's incredible because we didn't have enough time to explain that and showcase it, but also from the mobile, from the Equipment 360 page overview of HxGN EAM, you really can be able to see one asset and to see the connections of the systems, not just to that particular asset, but to all the assets that are in the same maybe line, that they are nearby. You can also take measurements. And you, for example, this is one of the use cases with some customers we have in the oil and gas industry. You can say, for example, in this radius around these assets, I may have some danger. So please, everybody, stay outside the range or a radius of, who knows, 30 feet. So we can really create complex behaviors depending on this. And now you have a new entry point, which is the HxGN scanners. Thank you very much.
Joel, sorry, what about, I was impressed in your presentation about the fact that you mentioned that the 75% of what we are getting is about the visualization.
Yep.
Correct. And that makes it even so much better that it's embedded, and visualizing your asset is worth so much. You can learn very quickly.
Yeah.
New people coming on can become safer, faster, and more productive.
Yeah. Absolutely. If you want to have some more talk about that, please join us.
Yeah.
All right? So thank you, guys.
Thank you
very much.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.